Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second in our ECC webinar series. Today's webinar is titled Journey Through ECC Supply Chain Dashboards. I'd like to take a moment to welcome all of you to this webinar. The first webinar in our ECC webinar series was conducted last month and provided an introduction into Oracle's enterprise command centers and their vast potential to provide latest insights to boost your operational efficiency. You can find the recording of the first webinar on our YouTube channel. The link to the recording is also placed in today's chat window for quick access. For our first-time participants, please take the opportunity to view the introduction to the ECC webinar and subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates. For our returning participants, we are sure today's webinar will show you how supply chain enterprise command centers can provide focused insights into optimizing your supply chain. And now, without further ado, my colleague in Supply Chain Management SME, 𝐊𝐞𝐲 PV, will be taking you through the rest of this webinar.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Hi all, and welcome to the second webinar in our series. My name is 𝐊𝐞𝐲, and I am the speaker for this webinar, and I will take you through Oracle Supply Chain Management Enterprise Command Center dashboards that Oracle offers. I hope my screen is visible. So the agenda for today's webinar is to go through quick highlights of the Oracle EBS command centers, ECC dashboard for procurement team, how ECC inventory dashboards can assist store teams in an organization, using order management dashboards effectively to manage orders, best practices and tips for success during implementation, and a small Q&A session. So just as explained earlier, we have done a webinar for an introduction to Oracle EBS or dashboards. So looking into the recap, we are having the introduction for ECC dashboard that Oracle provides, where we saw the list of dashboards and number of reports that ECC can provide. Also, we saw some key features and benefits in ECC, which is also applicable for our SCM related dashboards as well. So I will just quickly take you through some of the key features and benefits that ECC dashboards and SCM is going to provide. So the first feature and benefits are customizable dashboard, which offers flexibility to customize dashboards according to user roles, preferences, and objectives. And it also allows the users to create personalized layouts, widgets, and filters to focus on the relevant data. Another feature is the end-to-end supply chain visibility, which provides visibility across the entire supply chain from procurement to order fulfillment and beyond. It also enables the tracking of supply chain processes, inventory levels, order statuses according to the data load that we provide. Another key feature and benefit is the actionable insights. So Oracle ECC generates actionable insights from data analysis, enabling informed decision-making and problem solving. And it also helps in identifying opportunities for process improvement, cost reduction, and operational gain efficiency. And coming into an important feature that helps is the mobile accessibility, which the ECC dashboard supports. And it is allow the users to stay connected and informed about the data. And it also provides a consistent user experience across desktops and mobile platforms. Another feature is the integration capability. So ECC dashboards seamlessly integrates with other Oracle and third-party systems, such as other ERP softwares, CRM softwares, and other logistic platforms. And it also enables aggregation and analysis of data from multiple sources for a holistic view of the supply chain. Another important feature, which is very important for an organization aspect, is the security and compliance. Oracle ensures data security and compliance with industry regulations through built-in security features and access controls. And it also helps in maintaining the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the supply chain data. Another highlight or one of the topics that we covered were the SCM and finance dashboard overview. So in the previous webinar, we saw an overview of SCM and finance dashboard and the functionality of some of the dashboards that is available in SCM and finance modules. And we also saw best implementation practices, which will allow an organization to implement ECC and get best operational efficiencies for their organization. Now, without further delay, I'm moving into the live demo of our ECC dashboards. So the ECC dashboard, as mentioned earlier, will be given to a particular user who can have access to multiple responsibilities and functions. So for today's dashboard, I will be taking you through mainly inventory, procurement, and order management dashboards, which comes under the SCM modules. So first, we will be moving into the procurement dashboard, where the user is going to see the procurement operation status for this organization. So in an organization, for a user who is having a procurement responsibility, who is a procurement manager or a buyer or a purchasing user, can be given an access to the dashboard. So navigating to the procurement dashboard is in purchasing responsibilities or the responsibility of our choices. So here we are having dashboards. The navigation is to go to purchasing. And there we are having the procurement command center. So this is the look and feel of an ECC dashboard in purchasing. So we are having procurement operations, strategic sourcing, indirect procurement, supplier analysis, item analysis, and other employee shopping tracker. So the first dashboard that we'll be focusing on today is the procurement operations, where the user will be able to see all the details related to a procurement operations in their organization. So we are having a summary dashboard, a requisition dashboard, orders dashboard, and an agreements dashboard. So the summary dashboard is going to give an overview or consolidate this data of a particular purchasing operation. So here we are having multiple metrics like approvals for purchase requisition, approvals for purchase order, and purchase order revisions. So in this, we are able to understand, or a manager is able to understand, how many approvals are there for a requisition or a purchase order. One of the important metrics that is available is the purchase order revision metrics. So this metrics will give an idea to a manager level that how many revisions are happening against a purchase order. More the number of revision means that the operation efficiency is low. The number of purchase order gets revised means the process needs to be changed. So in some companies, there are SOPs or standard operating procedures to minimize the number of revisions that happens against a purchase order. So this particular metrics will enable the company to take corrective actions and improve their SOPs to minimize the purchase order revisions. Also, we are able to see the type of requisitions that are happening in an organization, whether the requisition has been a non-catalog request or an agreement request or any other requisitions has been created. Now, we can move to another dashboard, which is the requisitions dashboard. So here, the requisition dashboards provides end-to-end visibility into requisitions management. So from this dashboard, you can review, monitor, and analyze requisition and the process corresponding to the requisition. Here, the user gets an overview of the currency, how many requisitions are there in the pool, how many are unassigned, and how many requisitions are yet to be processed. Another functionality that ECC dashboard provides is the ability to create filters or refinements. So in this example, I'm going to use a refinement for functional currency. So I'm going to choose USD. So once I choose a functional currency or a filter, it will be available as a refinement in our dashboard, and all the data corresponding will be changed on the basis of the filter that we have provided. We are able to see many graphical representations of data that is user-friendly and helps the user to analyze this data easily. From this one view or look itself, we are able to understand, or the user is able to understand that in the past 3 months, the purchase for raw material or a category has been more, which has been low. So that kind of analysis is available in one look itself for this particular user. Also, for a project-related organization, there is an importance to know how much requisition has been incurred for a particular project. So in this particular representation, the user is going to get information on the basis of the requisitions that has happened against particular project. Here we are able to see the percentage-wise bifurcation of projects and the requisitions that has happened. Now, we can have different data. So for example, now we have seen a dimension for project. And if you want the user or a manager to see to which ship to location the requisition has been made more, the user can choose the ship to location dimension. Now, the chart has been modified or changed on the basis of ship to location. So from this single view, he is able to understand that for this particular organization, which is Seattle Manufacturing, has more number of requisition lines. So the consumption or the purchase happening in this particular location is more. Now, coming into the tabular chart, the representations of requisitions on the basis of table, which are used for reporting purposes, are available. Here, the user is able to get the details corresponding to the requisition headers, the requisition line level details, and the accounting level information as well. So in this particular tabular form, we are able to see the requisition, the status of the requisition, who is the preparer, how much amount the requisition has been raised, the type of requisition, and other details as well. Now, coming into the lines part. Okay, so now we have seen the requisitions in the header part. Now in the lines type, we can see for each requisitions, the number of lines that are available, the category, the item description, the quantity, and the need by dates, including the price and the currency of this particular lines. Again, we are able to get detailed refinements. Now we have seen the summary of the lines. We can see the details of the lines. So again, more and more details are available using this ECC dashboard, which can be used as a reporting tool rather than creating custom reports, which will take time and it's difficult to analyze. Since the ECC is providing refinements and filters, this is an easy tool to improve efficiency and get improved in the operational efficiency as well. Now, we can move to the orders dashboard. So orders dashboard in procurement provides the insight of all details which are corresponding to a purchase order. Just like the requisitions dashboard, we are having matrices which will give the current statuses of orders and an overview of the order status. Now, for example, we are having multiple matrices like orders to watch, overdue shipments, overdue deliverables, and invoices on hold. So this matrix is going to give a manager or a user to take actions against the orders. So we can see that there are 194 overdue shipments. That means we have not received a particular item into the organization. So this is going to help the manager to take actions and get information why this delay has occurred. So this in turn is going to help improve the efficiency of procurement operations in the organization. And Just like the requisition dashboard, we are having graphical representations where a user is able to see the statuses, how many orders are in a closed stage, how many are in open stage, how many are draft, how many are in process. So this is a easy tool which is going to allow a manager to get the idea of how many orders and their status, which is very difficult to find in a normal EBS form. And another important function is also the availability of substatus. So in this particular example, we can see for the open status POs, there are overdue shipments substatus as well as approved shipment substatus as well. So this filtration or refinements is going to help the particular user to analyze the data and proceed with their procurement operations. Another important function for a manager, from a manager perspective, is to analyze the buyer efficiency. So a particular buyer, how much he is able to, or how much time is taking to complete a procurement cycle in particular buckets are available. So here you can see for a particular buyer how much time is taking. So for filtering for a particular buyer, it's very easy. Just we are only clicking on the buyer name, then the table gets changed and the data corresponding to the buyer is available. So buyer level performance, how much time is taking, how many orders are there in this bucket, how many orders are there for overdue shipments, everything is visible in there. So here we can see the time in getting an order approval is 4 days. So this is an average that is happening, and the time in order drafting is 3 days. So these kind of metrics are available for them, the manager, to take actions and can inquire for a reporting purpose why for this particular buyer the time for order drafting is taking around 11 days and there are 3 buckets available for him. So these kinds of refinements are going to improve the operational efficiency of a procurement team. Now, we are having an orders tabular form. So this is going to again help the manager or a user to take report outputs in the form of Excel and can get all the details corresponding to an order. So for this example, we can see the status, the substatus, the operating unit, even the payment terms corresponding to a particular order. If you want to deep dive or look deep into the payment term or the PO related details, you can always click on view or view the order details as well. So this is the header level tabular data we are having. Similarly, we are having line level details, which will give the summary of the line details in a PO. We are also having the schedules, which will show the ship date, the shipped amount, the invoiced amount, all the schedule related details. Similarly, pay items, whether the payment type is milestone, lump sum, all these details are also available in this particular tabular form. And we are also able to see the charge accounts or if there are any projects related to this particular PO as well. So this is a general overview of the orders dashboard, which is going to give a brief and an insight on the purchasing related operations corresponding to the purchase order numbers and purchase order details. Another important dashboard is the agreements dashboard. So for a user, it is very difficult to go to the EBS form and check for the orders that are getting expired faster, which needs to be watched. There will be some agreements that requires key informations and inputs from the buyer. So for that kind of operations, we are having an agreements dashboard, which gives the details of agreements that we have created in our organizations, like blanket agreements, the plan purchase agreements, or contract agreement as well. So in this particular dashboard, in the first look itself, the user or manager is able to understand that 19 agreements are nearing expiration. So this is going to help to take preventive actions or what the next course of action should be for these 19 agreements. And just like the orders, we are having status related to the agreements, including the substatus, which is going to show the end date reaching, which is approaching the amount limit, which are in process and which are also approved. So these kind of informations are available for agreements dashboard. So if we are filtering the expiring agreements, the user is able to view the dashboards for these 19 agreements. And for these 19 agreements, the manager or user is able to analyze deeper how many amount has been released, how much is the agreed amount. So in this particular example, we are able to see that the released amount is more than an agreed amount. So this calls for an action or why this has happened. So this we will be able to understand who has generated the agreement, who has released the agreement. So these kind of details are going to help a purchasing department to improve their operations as well. And another important function is to know the utilization percentage, whether we are utilizing the blanket agreement to the fullest. Here we can see that there are multiple agreements which are having 0% utilization. So this a manager can take actions, whether we need to cancel this agreement, whether we need to inquire why this utilization is less. So these kind of analytics and informations are available in this dashboard, which is going to help an organization to improve their efficiency as well. Now, another dashboard that we are having is a strategic sourcing dashboard. So strategic sourcing dashboard gives an aggregate information from sourcing negotiation to track and mitigate risks in achieving strategic objectives. So here we are able to see matrices like how many are pending award, how many offers are there per negotiations, and other metrics in performance gives an overview of the negotiated loss, the negotiated savings, and the target savings. So this also helps the organization to take preventive actions to reduce the negotiated loss. All the details corresponding to a agreement negotiation will be available in this particular dashboard. The number of suppliers invited, amendments are there, how many active offers have been given, the best offers that has been done. So for a reporting purpose and for analysis, the strategic sourcing dashboard will improve the efficiency related to negotiations as well. So all the dashboards, whether it is a chart or a tabular form, is downloadable in image file as well as an Excel format as well. So reporting purpose or reporting criteria is solved, which is made easier, and the fields are customizable. The required columns can be changed and added as per our requirement. So this is a general overview of a procurement dashboard that we have. Now let's look into another important dashboard that we are having is the inventory related dashboards. For that, we'll be moving into a inventory user who is having access to inventory dashboards. So first, the navigation is always through the logistics manager because the inventory related and warehouse operations are available in the inventory dashboards. So the first dashboard that I would like to take you through is the receiving dashboard, which gives us an idea of the receiving statuses of an organization. So in the first look in the receiving dashboard itself, we are able to get the status of the received status, how many items are there to be inspected, and how many are there to be moved to the storage location as well. Here we are able to see multiple organizations that the user has access to. So for getting the details of a corresponding organization, we can filter this. So the dashboard gets modified on the basis of the filter that we are applying. So in this case, we are able to see the expected shipments today, the amount of shipments that the organization is expected to receive, currently how many lines are there awaiting inspection, and how many lines we are having in the organization which have completed inspection or which we have received and yet to be moved to the storage location. So the user is able to take extracts on the basis of stages of the receipt, whether we want to receive, inspect, or put away. So this is going to help the manager or the user to align the task for the team easily and improve the operational efficiency. Another important metrics that we have here is the dock to stock metrics. So dock to stock metrics gives the user the average time it takes for an item to reach its storage location from the receiving dock. If for an organization, they have set a dock to stock time to be 5 minutes. I'm just taking an example as 5 minutes. Then the user is able to analyze and ensure that the same is followed. For example, if the value goes above 5, the manager or the user can take actions or can improve the metrics as per the requirements and try to bring the metrics below 5. The user is also able to see the tabular format where the entire receipt operation is visible in the organization, what item, how many quantity, which is the expected date, the source of document are there for expected receipts. And he's also able to see the inspection related data where only the inspection related, how many items are there to be inspected, what is the item, when are we expecting, all these details are available in the awaiting inspection. And putaways, just like I mentioned earlier, how many items we need to move from the receiving bay to a storage location. So this is an overview of the receiving dashboard. Another important dashboard that is important for an inventory perspective is to view the aging dashboard, which provides us with the visibility of the on-hand inventory, the receipt dates, the expiration dates of lots, retest dates, and maturity dates. This visibility ensures that the material is used as intended and does not become obsolete. For an organization, an utmost priority is to ensure that their items are not going obsolete. That means they are not able to use their items. So this dashboard is going to help an organization to analyze which all lots are nearing expiration so that they can avoid and take actions, whether they need to retest it or whether they need to contact the supplier for changes. All these details can be taken from this particular dashboard. So in this example, we are able to see for a total of 9 organizations, there are 20 lots and 3 has already been expired and the value of the expired is 21.40 thousand. So this is a metric that is going to put an organization on alert that the lots has expired and the value is this much. So the user is able to see the expiration date for corresponding lots or when the item has been received. So the receipt aging is also there as well as the lot aging is also there. So for a particular organization, when we filter, we can see the receipt dates, when the item has been received. So this, for a bucket of 91 to 180 days, we have received how many items, the value of items, in which sub-inventory they have received. For between 6 to 1 year, how many items we have received, the value of the items and which location they are, and over a year, how many items we have received. So this is a receipt aging form. Similarly, we are also having the expiration date for the lots as well. Similarly, we are able to see the item level details, in which organization, the quantity, also the lot level details of how many quantities are there in the lot, what items are kept in this particular lot as well. Now, let's move into another dashboard, which is a shipping dashboard. So shipping dashboard, as the name suggests, gives the logistics user to get an insight of the shipping operations that is happening in this particular organization. So there are multiple metrics that is there. We are able to see how many shipments are scheduled for the day, how many are late, how many has been back ordered, how many shipments the carrier has not been assigned, how many shipments have no delivery or no trip assigned to them. So for a particular organization, the user or the manager is able to see the current status of the shipping operations. So in this particular example, we are able to see an alert that 57 shipments are already late. So this needs to be rectified faster and needs to be shipped as soon as possible. So he is able to filter on the basis of the late shipments, and the dashboard is going to get filtered on the basis of this particular metrics. So now we can see out of the 51 late shipments, how many are ready to be released to the warehouse, how many has been back ordered, how many are stage or pick confirmed, and how many have been already released to the warehouse. So the manager is able to assign tasks. So now we can see that already some have been back ordered and one delivery has been released to warehouse. So the user can assign tasks to a particular employee to perform the shipment of the release to warehouse and keep it in the stage. Also, we are having staged items which are pending for delivery. So these kind of charts and a presentation is going to give a user quick insights of where they are lacking, what needs to be done further to complete the shipping and make their operation efficient. And here the user is also able to see the delivery details and the shipment dates when they are expected to be delivered. Also the delivery detail status, whether they has been released to the warehouse, how many has been staged, how many has been back ordered, how many has been released to warehouse. Also an important feature that might help the user is to identify the carrier in which the shipment is planned. So here we can see we are already having 56 delivery details assigned to carrier DHL. So the user or the manager can arrange for the DHL carrier to come to their warehouse and perform the shipping activities so that the shipping will be done and the alerts will get reduced. So all the details that is required for a shipping team or an inventory team to improve their shipping operations are available in a quick manner in our shipping dashboard. Now let's see another interesting dashboard called the track and trace dashboard. So track and trace dashboard is used to get an overview of the storage and transaction history of a material so that we can analyze any issues in the supply chain process. So we are having multiple traces available in this ECC. We are having inventory traces on basis of supplier, on the basis of new orders, on the basis of issues, on the basis of inbound, on the basis of work orders which are related to manufacturing, as well as sales order. So for this example, we can see for a particular supplier how a track and trace dashboard will look like. So we are choosing a filter. So this is going to give us a view of a transaction that has happened for a supplier name Allied Manufacturing. Here, in one look itself, the user is able to analyze how many purchase orders are there for this supplier, how many items we have received, and where the item is residing. So this is going to give a collective data to a user, and he's able to get a lot of information in one dashboard itself. He's able to see multiple purchase orders, he's able to see multiple items, he's able to see the lot numbers, he's also able to see which sub-inventory the item is there. That means instead of opening multiple tabs or multiple forms in EBS or other reports, in one view itself is able to see the details as well. Now, I will also show how a sales trace will be for a particular customer. So if we are using a customer, we can see, okay, so the customer has raised some sales orders. From where or from which purchase order the item has been moved. So you can see an entire cycle corresponding to a sales order. From which purchase order the item has been purchased, where it has been residing, from where the item has been picked, and against which sales order the item has been shipped. So these kind of informations in one look and in one form that is visible. So these kind of details helps a user to analyze and track the previous transactions, and they are also able to connect one transaction to another transaction and get ideas of where, if there is any issues that has happened, then that also will be available over here, which we can see in an orders dashboard, which I'll be taking on the next one. So as I mentioned earlier, we are having multiple traces available for track and trace dashboard. Another important dashboard in SCM or in inventory is an accuracy dashboard. So accuracy dashboards means the accuracy in an inventory or the cycle count or a physical count status that is there for an organization. So here the user is able to get inputs of how many counts has been scheduled or how many has been delayed, whether there is any recounts needed, or there is any approvals required for adjustments as well. So in this particular dashboard, we can see in which organization the counts are available, what is the date of the count, the classes of items where the count has been scheduled, and the name of the count as well. So these kind of informations in one view is available for an inventory manager who's responsible for accuracy. And we are also having functionality to filter for a particular organization, how many counts are there on the basis of sub inventories, due dates of the count, the cost group where we are planning to take counts, and the value of the count as well. So in this one dashboard itself, we are able to analyze and get data of the accuracy details and counting details, where we need to take measures to improve accuracy as well. Similarly, we are having physical inventory dashboard, where one important metrics that will catch an eye is the adjustment value. Here we can see that an adjustment amount has been there. So we are able to understand that there has been loss. That means we are having a loss in our items. So these kind of analysis can be taken for a user, and he is able to take preventive actions and corrective methods on how to reduce these kinds of mismatches in an inventory. Another important dashboard is an move order dashboard. So move order dashboard allows or enables us to track all the move orders on the basis of the type. Here we can see there are 17 move orders of requisition. There are 2 move orders for replenishment, for manufacturing, and sales orders. So all these details are available for us in a move order dashboard. And coming down, we are having pictorial representations of which organization, how much has been allocated, how many move orders have been generated. So for in this example, we can see 147 move order lines are there for organization V1 and 62 are there for M1. Now, if you want to filter on the basis of an organization, we just need to click on the pie chart, and the data gets filtered on the basis of our organization. So all the details corresponding to a move order will be available. The manager can take actions. Why this is pending, how many are there to put away, how many are there for sales. All these details are available in this particular dashboard, which is going to improve the operational efficiency of an inventory department. So now we have seen procurement dashboard as well as inventory dashboard. Now the dashboard that is remaining is the order management dashboard. So the user will be having an access for the order management dashboard. Will be able to see the sales cycle related inputs or data that is required. So we are having the command center, which will show us the dashboards. So for order management dashboards, we are having an orders dashboard, we are having a returns dashboard, as well as we are having a 360 view. So here in one look itself, a manager or a user is able to see the status of the orders. So there are 85 orders that are in draft, 211 in open, there are late orders, there are orders which are on hold, there are orders which are back ordered, there are orders which are expected delay. So the user is able to see the order details on the basis of dates as well. So here the user is able to see that for the past day, 7 days, how many orders are being created, are there any alerts for these orders, or whether there is an alert or without an alert. All these details are available in the orders form. And coming into the alerts. Okay, so the alerts is something that catches an eye of the manager. So he is able to see that in one look itself, the alert type and the alert reasons. So here we are seeing that there is a 40 count of expected delay, there is a 16 count of hold. So that means what type of alert is there and the alert reason. So here we can see there has been hold on OM hold, and other different holds details are also available in this particular dashboard. Now another important feature that provides is to know the value or the number of orders that a customer has ordered. So if a company is planning to prioritize the customers on the basis of the orders that they do, from this instance itself, the user is able to analyze or confirm that the customer Bensu is the priority customer and Vision is the next customer. So customer prioritization is also easily made with this particular dashboard. Similarly, we are having a tabular details of the orders, where we are able to see the entire details corresponding to a sales order, the order number, the customer, the ship to location, the order quantity, the status, the order types. So all these details are also available in this particular dashboard. And if the user want to see a line level bifurcation, he's also having a order line details, where the line level details of this particular orders will be available. Also, if required, the user can release the sales order from this dashboard as well. The functionality is also available for a particular user. So all the fields that we are seeing here is customizable. We can remove or add columns as per the requirement. So extra efforts or a technical support is not required. A normal user will be able to customize the dashboard according to his preferences. Another important dashboard that we have in order management is the returns dashboard. So the returns dashboard gives an organization the idea of how many orders has been returned. So a customer satisfaction is a metrics or is a parameter for a company success. So more number of returns means less customer satisfaction. So less number of returns will be the target of a organization. So here the user or a manager is able to see why or what reason the return has been occurred. whether it is a damaged product, whether it was due to late delivery, whether it was due to a duplicate billing. So these kinds of reasons is available for a user. That means he can take preventive measures to improve this process, which in turn is going to reduce the returns. So if a return reason of damaged product is there, that means the user is able to analyze why the damage is happening, what measures can be taken to reduce this particular damage. So moving forward, the return reason of damaged product will get reduced. That means the customer satisfaction will be increased. Also, the user is able to get monthly wise trends of returns. So in this example, we are able to see in January, the returns were 3 for duplicate billing, and we are having a 1 return for damaged product. So in which month this has happened, in what the reason for this damages are all available for this particular user. Now, the user can also view from which customer the return has happened. So if more number of returns are happening from a customer, maybe there will be an issue with the customer. So he can also contact the customer and get inputs from him, additional inputs where the improvement needs to be done. So when the reverse logistics get decreased, the operational efficiency will be more, the customer satisfaction will be more, which is going to help an organization to succeed ahead. So this is an overview of a returns dashboard. Now we are having a 360 view dashboard, which is going to give, just like the trace dashboard that we saw, a pictorial representation of details. So for this example, I'm choosing a sales order. So I'm going to filter this dashboard on the basis of sales order. Here, we are able to see the entire details corresponding to a sales order. Here, particular sales order has been booked. We can see the customer number, customer name, the date when the order has been made. Here also we are having a symbol of alert. That means in this particular order, there is an item which is having alert. In this case, the alert is a backordered state. So in this one view itself, the user is able to analyze the status of the lines, line level status. It has been shipped, how many lines has been shipped, how many is backordered, how many are pending to be released. All these kind of details will be available for this particular dashboard. Now, if we want to see details, we can see from this particular dashboard as well. So here we are able to see the line number, the product number, the quantity, the amount, how many alerts are there, the alert type. So all these details we are able to get from this 360 view. We are having multiple refinements. We can refine on the basis of product, product description, line amount, and customer details as well. So this is an overview of our sales order dashboard. So now we have seen purchasing, inventory, and order management dashboards, and how Oracle SCM dashboards offer powerful tools to optimize supply chain management operations and improve their operational efficiency. Now, another important factor that we need to keep in mind is the best practices. So while implementing ECC, there are some practices that help to maximize the benefits of ECC. So some of the best practices that we have is defining clear objectives. So clear objectives needs to be set for us to achieve the Oracle EBS ECC dashboards as per our requirements. Another important practice is to engage stakeholders early. So whenever the stakeholders are involved early from different departments in the design and implementation process, it will improve the efficiency. And once we are engaging the stakeholders, that means that the feedbacks we are getting on time, so that the alignments can be ensured with business requirements to enhance adoption and effectiveness. And another best practice is to customize dashboard. So ECC dashboards can be matched to specific needs and roles of users within the organization. Customizing layouts, metrics, filters will provide relevant and actionable insight to each user group. Another important practice is to ensure data quality and integrity. So establishing a data governance process will improve the implementation process and will give actionable insights as per the requirements. Another important practice is to give training and support. So very important practice is to give training. So comprehensive training programs to users on how to navigate and utilize Oracle ECC dashboards, how to customize the dashboards, how to enable refinements are going to help an implementation phase. Another important practice is to promote data-driven decision making. That means decision makings in an organization is very important. So if there is a tool to take decision making on basis of the data that we are having, it is going to improve the overall efficiency in an organization. Another tip is for success, how we can utilize the dashboards at maximum. So it is important that we should regularly review and optimize the dashboard. We need to get updated with new features. And another tip for success is to share success stories. So within the organization itself, if a user can share his success story, how he is able to take decisions based on the data, how he was able to provide positive outcomes within the organization, can also inspire other users to use ECC dashboards more. Another important tip for success is to have a continuous improvement, where organization can embrace a mindset of continuous improvement and innovation, seeking opportunities to enhance ECC dashboard capabilities. And in turn, it is going to drive greater value for the organization. So this is regarding the best practices and tips for success. So now we can have a small Q&A. If any questions are there, we can have a discussion on the same. So if there are any questions, you can put up in the chat so we can have a small discussion. Yeah. So we have a question whether we can add additional dimensions to the dashboard filters. So we can add dimensions as per our requirements. Multiple dimensions can be added for filtration in ECC dashboard. That is going to help our user to use in future they will be able to use it. So dimensions addition is available in ECC dashboards for filters. So we have one more question, whether user access can be restricted. Yes, we can restrict the dashboards on the basis of user. So what this do is that for a particular user, if he is only required to see a particular dashboard, that can be restricted. So the insight will be, he will be able to focus on that dashboard and take actions particular pertain to that dashboard. So we'll be able to restrict the user access on the basis of user. So thank you everyone for joining this webinar. So we were able to see how an SCM dashboard is going to improve the efficiency and take data-driven decision making, and how it is going to improve the performance across various verticals of supply chain operations. Thank you all. Thank you for your time.